What's everybody getting themselves into on this Madness Monday? You already know. Decided to hop on, chop it up with, the subscribers, see what's cracking. What's the talk of the town is going down. The word on the curve, you heard me. Ooh, let me set this up real quick. You already know it's a beautiful day out today. Well, I guess late now, but now I did drop a new video on my other channel and on this channel, right? Two of the questions that get asked a lot, by me. So I decided to, speak on those topics, right? And keep it in mind that it's just my opinions, before people get worked up and upset about, the matters. Now, I already did get an individual hit me up about the video I dropped on this channel, right? Because he said that, well, your videos, you do the same, bro. You talk about this, street stuff and stuff like that. So what's the difference from them? And it's like, I don't come on here saying that I'm for the people. And I don't come on here saying that my message is for the youth and to change. You get me? I'm not putting out that message out there, bro. Because it would be a lie if I was to come on here and say that. Because that's not what I'm doing. So why would I say that? That's what I'm doing. You get me? It's individuals that say that they're about this or that they're doing this when they're not, when they're doing the opposite. That's the problem, right? Nobody gives the WWE no shit because everyone knows that it's fake. It would be different if the WWE went on there and said that it's real, because then you would get a whole gang of backlash. Like, no, it's scripted, bro. That would be the issue. The fact that you're saying shit is one thing when it's not. The fact that you're saying shit is real when it's not. That makes all the difference in the world. You get me? And that's where the issues are at. There's the reason why I don't come on here and say that my channel is, none of those things, because it would be a fucking lie. But I get it why people say it, because it gets you to, draw a bigger crowd. But by lying, no, thank you. And then you be the bad guy because you're calling out the lies. It's strange in itself. What's cracking like a Derek? What you getting yourself into, my boy? Yeah, like that's merely all I'm saying is that, it's about, just telling the truth instead of trying to manipulate people. That's where the problems are. People always, I guess, they get the wrong idea, right? They think it's about something else when it's not. Like, bro, it has nothing to do with that. Like, people don't even care about that. I'm saying that you're saying something is true when it's not. That's the problem. It's not the fact that people actually are these things or this happened or whatever. It's the fact that they're lying about them. And it's strange. I don't understand why people do it. It's crazy. Yeah, you're running those funds up. Oh yeah, I finally was able to get monetized on this channel, so thank you guys, for that. Obviously it's a small channel, so it's still a small movement, but nonetheless, that's cool. I appreciate that. I feel like when people just put out stuff, that they should just tell it how it is, though. Like, bro, don't say that your message, that you're looking to do this and that when you're not. That's the reason why, like, when people be like, "Whoa, aren't you like?" I never said it was a positive channel. I'm not a negative channel either. I'm just merely here to conversate. I'm not here to make a change. I'm not here to advocate. I'm not here to, none of that. We're merely here to have conversations and discussions. That's it. Not an angel, not a demon, none of those things. I don't proclaim to be a thug and tough guy on here. We're just here to conversate. That's it. I'm not here to convince the audience of anything, because the audience can think whatever they want, because why should they believe me? You know what I mean? Seems a lot of people have like insecurity problems, and a lot of people seem to, think that there's nothing wrong with their behaviors, right? It's crazy. Congrats, bro. Stay. Hey, gracias. I appreciate that. Yeah. At least this channel's able to get monetized. The other channel, it can't get monetized, but this one at least it could. So, that's why I try to keep all that discussion, not on this one, right? Because it's like, don't want to get it out of negativity. But it's just crazy though. Like, oh, bro, it's because it's the hatred or the jealousy or the envy, and it's like, Since when did honesty become all those things, though? Did I miss something? Like, huh? Telling the truth now makes you jealous and envious. Oh, strange, but okay. Why is the homie texting me when I'm doing it live? Oh, el homie El Jesus is definitely up in the building. What's good, my boy? Talk about real representation of the raza. A hardworking individual, bro, getting it in, an honest living. That's right. Like that, like on one of my past videos, an individual went on there. He's like, "Oh, you know, I guess people clown on him, right? But he's not a gang member from the streets. He's just a civilian. You know, he says just a nerd. You know, on here, and it's like, well, that's cool, bro. People shouldn't make fun of you for that. People should be striving to be like you, bro, because you're living life the way it should be lived, the right way. So people should look up to you, not not degrade you for that. Like crazy. You know, it's like people on here claim to have changed their ways of life and are here for betterments and stuff like that. But it seems that anytime anybody questions them, right, they want to throw their crimes out there in the open. Like if that's supposed to mean something, like, bro, you ain't on my level, bro. I smoked somebody. Like, and like, what the fuck does this have to do anything with that? Like, you throwing that on here, like if that's supposed to mean something to the conversation, bro. Or I got more subscribers, or I got more money. Like, bro, this conversation is not even about none of those things. Why are you mentioning those things, bro? Like, what does that have to do with this conversation that we're having right now? This discussion, you know, all of that shit's irrelevant, bro. Like, why are you even bringing it up? See, but those individuals that are cornered, it's a manipulation tactic, bro. It's something that they do to derail individuals, to switch the conversation, change the topic. It just doesn't work, bro. You know, at least if you know what to look for. Like, no. Don't try to switch the conversation, bro. We're talking about this. No one's talking about those other things. Nice try, though. Just finished watching your video. All right. Gracias, bro. I appreciate that. Why can't the other be monetized? Just got back from work. The other one can't be monetized because I had ran into some issues in the beginning, right? On the other channel, right? About there's certain individuals that reported my channel, right? For me giving my honest opinion, right? So since it's like the bullying thing, even though, like I said, I always come respectful, right? But certain individuals don't like the truth, bro. You know, they're not, you know. And then if you get a certain amount of, you know, those things, you know, with a certain amount of time period, they shut down your chances of being monetized. But that was fine. But I was okay with it because my goal was never to be monetized either way. So their attempt to like somehow, you know, get under my skin or something like that was dumb because, like, well, bro, I don't care about the money. So see, but if it would have been done to them, I get it. They would be upset, right? So that's why they think that was going to work on me. But see, they fail to realize that we're not all in the game for the same reason and that we don't all care about the same things. It's the same reason how, like, a bully does it, right? A bully makes fun of somebody, you know, sexuality or looks because they feel that they'll be embarrassed of that because that's how they would feel. If somebody were to make fun of them, they would be embarrassed. So they think that the same would work on another person. That's why they do it. Failing to realize that we're not all the same and we don't all care about shit like that. That's why it doesn't work on all people, right? That's why some people don't get worked up and just are like, okay, and right, and then they get more upset because it is not working. Like people, like on here, I don't care if, you know, people make fun of my shirt or looks or whatever. I don't care, bro. See, I'm not that type of individual. I'm not insecure. Or like, you ain't gangster. That's fine. You know what I mean? Or like, bro, you ain't tough. I'll knock you out. Okay. It's that easy, bro. I don't understand why other people, man, fuck you, puto. Like, bro, why are you getting so mad? Oh, he said that I was weak, but are you? No? All right, then. What is the problem then? If you know what the truth is, then why the fuck for the circus then? Like, don't you understand that in this world, the only thing that matters are the actual facts, bro? The truth. That's it. Everything else is irrelevant. So why are you getting bothered now? It's really that easy. You know? But there's some people that just, I don't know. I guess they don't understand that. You know? And I get it. Certain people have different objectives. You know, there's other people that just literally want to be on here because they want to be seen as tough guys. Because for some odd reason in their real world, they feel like they're not. Do you ever think la gente de Mexico will ever stop the ass whoopings to the kids? Yes. As you know, as our knowledge grows on these topics, right, and the opportunity of education is now provided to more people out there, right? More people are getting education. More people have access to, something in order to get education, right? Whether it be, through your phone and, going on the web and looking up stuff and shit like that. But any form of education, right? The more people, realize, the destructive nature of people, and what not to do, right? Well, if this was done to them, they're not going to do it the same to their kids, right? Because they obviously know how it feels, right? So that's where the change would come along, right? Or that's how change happens, So I feel like, as time goes, people will learn how to raise kids better. But like I said, a problem of this magnitude is not something that could be solved like in one day or overnight. I get people's frustration when they're out there upset that, you still have all this madre or whatever, right? But like I said, it's change is a process, bro, and it takes time. But as meanwhile, people could only keep fighting and keep pushing the message and keep bringing up the awareness to these type of activities and behaviors, and how they can be like the key element to why these individuals become adults that are self-destructive behaviors. It's crazy though. It's because people rather just satisfy their own egos than to actually fix problems. People just rather feel better blowing off steam than actually getting to the source of problems. I get it, insulting people, like yelling and talking shit. Yes, you feel better after, but like I said, it's not fixing the problem though. Do you not understand? You can't fix a problem by coming aggressively, yelling, insulting, and none of that, bro. You don't see these countries like when they're trying to put the war to end, right? They don't go in there and be like, you fucking idiot, you're a fucking stupid. Like, can't you see, man? Like, you fucking idiot. And then expect the side to be like, you know what? You're right. We surrender. We give up. Okay. We'll change. That's not how you're going to get change, bro. You got to come right, have real discussions, civil, not insult the other side. You have to be able to get your point across without insulting the other groups or the other party, right? Because if you can't get your point across without insulting people, then you have no, right to be having discussions, period. Because clearly you don't know how to talk. Because yes, you have the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want, right? But as an adult, you have to learn how, to watch what you say and come right. You know what I mean? Just because you have the power or the ability and freedom to say whatever you want doesn't mean you should say whatever you want. My boy taking that. I don't smoke. Yeah, but so I don't know. People are crazy. People will be surprised, how much of a difference those kind of things make. When an ass whooping stops working, los padres be like, ¿qué le pasó? Ay, no me hace caso. No, hombre, no me hace caso este pinche güey. No, hombre, ya no sé qué hacer. You're telling me the ass whoopings didn't work? Wait, did you call him stupid and pendejo and all that? That didn't work. Did you use the chancla? The cinto? The broom? That didn't work? What the fuck? Damn, there must be some witchcraft going on, homie. Grounded him and all that. That shit didn't work. All the things that they have done, right? Like, well, have you actually tried sitting down and having a real discussion with him, right? Getting to the source of the problems, right? Getting to the bottom of his emotions, what's causing them, right? You know, sharing your life experiences, right? By diving deep into the details of, you know, what you've been through and why this individual shouldn't do that, right? Because of what you've been through. Nah, esa madre no va a servir. Nah, no, eso es para las pinches viejas, güey. Like, what? So you did all of this, but you haven't done the most logical thing, right? To actually have a discussion? Oh, no, that's not going to work. What are you talking about? I'm talking about when, like, let's say a kid does something wrong, right? Instead of people actually, you know, sitting the kid down and having a discussion and getting to the bottom of problems, they want to beat them and insult them, call them names, and then wonder why they turned out to be trouble adults. Or wonder why they have a dysfunction relationship. Or why the kid doesn't listen. You know, there's research, right? People could look this one up. You know how you have some kids that are just, they don't listen to I mean, like young kids, like, you know, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, you know, that age, right? Small. And they, you know, don't listen to their parents, and they're running around the store and dropping everything and getting in trouble. You hear the parents constantly yelling at the kid, right? And the kid is still misbehaving. The reason why kids misbehave like that, right? They were neglected, right? They were neglected. They're not shown any attention, right? So the kid, you know, wants attention, is not shown attention. He's being neglected, right? And now the kid, as soon as he does something he's not supposed to, right? The parent comes and yells and, no, yeah, you're going to get hurt. So now the kid feels like the only time he's ever shown attention or ever gets attention is when he does things he's not supposed to do, right? Because then now the parent comes and gives him attention, even though it's, you know, him getting in trouble. Nonetheless, it's still, you know, a bond now that they have, right? Now they're finally paying attention to him. Now he feels like, you know, he's important. You know, oh, they care if I get hurt. You get what I mean? So now he thinks that this is the way that they have a relationship. He feels like this is, you know, how they get along. This is how they do things. If I want attention, now I just do these things, and now the parent will come and, you know, now show attention. That's why they act up like that. Because they were neglected. And now they feel like this is the way they bond. That's why I say communication and discussions and bonding is important with your child. Human behavior is fascinating. I hope the raza does improve. Facts. I got a chance. I got the growing up in the work for me. I came out a good person. Not the lady who disciplined me. Look, here's one thing. You know, when people say that it does work for them, you see that some methods work for some kids and some methods don't work for other kids, right? It's kind of like saying you could have 5 siblings, right? And people have seen, you know, the effects of this. That's why I always bring it up. People could have you could have brothers and sisters, right? And then your parents die. You see that some kids, you know, could get through it. Some have a very difficult time, you know, dealing with the loss of their parents. Some are, you know, they isolate themselves, but they're cool. They're able to get through it. Some go into this spiral of depression and drugs and alcohol. But they're all, you know, share the same DNA. They're from the same parents, right? And they're brought up in the same household, yet they all took the information differently, right? Some took it well, some couldn't handle it. Showing that we're not all the same. We don't all deal with problems the same way. Some actually need help. Some actually, you know, shit devastates them. You know what I mean? People could say that, well, that's weak-minded people or that's strong-minded. You call it and see however you choose. But it doesn't change the facts of things. Genetically, we're not all designed the same. So we don't all, you know, deal with this with these types of things the same way, right? That's why you could have some kids that are beaten and tortured, and they grow to be detectives, and then you have some that grow to be serial killers. You get what I mean? But that's because, you know, mentally wise, we're not all the same. You get me? I get it. People want to see that we are all, you know, designed the same, but we're not, though, you know? Genetically wise, hormone wise, you know what I mean? Some people have more testosterone than others, right? That's why you have some males who are more sensitive to things and some that are more aggressive, because genetically, that's how they were born. They were born with a higher testosterone level. You know what I mean? So it's not that this individual's a weenie or a wimp or anything like that. Genetically, what do you want him to do? I mean, there's pills that you can take to help with that, right? But I'm saying, like, without, you know, no medication, feeling like a damn dope addict, you know, genetically, he was born like that, bro. Can't be mad at him for that. You get what I mean? But overall, that's why they say that, you know, disciplining your child like that is, you know, is not a good option. You know what I mean? Because by you coming and now, you know, forcing something on somebody, right, or coming aggressively or attacking, because look, kids grow up, they see this all the time. They grow up, they see it in their cartoons, their movies, and all around them. With families, right? You see how families portrayed on TV shows and cartoons, right? This perfect family, this loving family, and all this and that, right? So the kid grows up, you know, seeing that this is how society is, you know, works, right? And now people see whenever somebody hits another person, what it's all about. You hit people that you don't like. You hit people that get on your nerves. You hit people that you have a beef with. You know what I mean? People that you despise. That's who you're having conflict with. That's who people are assaulting. You get me? So the kid understands, you know, this concept, right? But like I said, now you coming and insulting the kid and striking the kid, what is the kid supposed to think? You know what I mean? Because you only hit people that you dislike, right? So now the kid is confused. He doesn't really know, you know, how to see the situation. And he's obviously not going to be able to now, you know, come to you with this, because now he's going to be terrified. Imagine if you're yelling at the top of your lungs, insulting him and threatening him because he dropped the Kool-Aid. Imagine it when he really has a real problem in his life. What makes you think he's going to be able to come to you and now, you know, share this information or have these discussions with you? You know, he's going to think that you're really trying to hurt him, because that's how these individuals see it. They really feel like these individuals will really hurt them. Even though people are like, nah, he knows that I love him, and he knows that I was just mad at the moment or whatever. But like I said, especially during the age of, you know, of puberty, when, you know, they get a new batch of hormones that they're not used to. So they have a very difficult time controlling their thoughts and emotions, right? So even though you think that he knows that you love, they really don't know that information, right? They really don't know if you really do care or if you're really going to hurt them. You get what I mean? Especially if you guys don't have a communicational bond. You know, and then that stressor is what creates the now going out there and trying to blow off steam or doing drugs and stuff like that. That's why it's never good to do those kind of things or to go about it that way. I hope when I was in Pelican Bay, I wasn't shining my cortez. Hey, bro, what are your thoughts on Kendrick's dissing Drake for why do unsuccessful escape to? Well, no, well, it was escape to. Like with actually with these rappers, bro, that's a really good question, bro. Like that's, you know, they have an identity crisis, bro. You know, they, you know, I know what you mean, right? Like you have like Lil Wayne or Chris Brown who were successful, and then all of a sudden they decide to join a gang, which is strange in itself, right? Because normally you join a gang when you're young. It's rare when you join it when you're older. As a matter of fact, it's frowned upon when you're joining when you're older. right? Because then it's like, the fuck, bro? You're supposed to do all your shit when you're young, bro. Like, you want to now start doing your shit when you're 30? like, like then you're doing it for the complete different reason that these individuals are doing it, right? Um, Even though they could belong to the streets, right? But it was done for different reasons. And that's why 9 times out of 10, these individuals that join at a later age always end up being the ones that fall off or get exposed because it's all a facade. They didn't have real struggles. They just wanted attention and respect. So you see Michael Jackson, Prince, Robert Williams. You see a lot of these, rich individuals. A lot of rich individuals have drug problems. You see that they overdose or whatnot, right? And the only reason why people do drugs is to escape the reality of things, right? They're not happy with their reality, right? They want to numb the pain. That's the only reason why people do drugs. And you see that they're depressed. They leave their thoughts behind, right? That they were depressed individuals, and people are like, how could they be depressed? They had millions of dollars. They had, anything that they could want and buy. Like, how could you be depressed? It's because money, just because you get money doesn't mean that all your problems now go away. Doesn't mean that now, your relationship with those you care about is going to be automatically fixed, or the way you see things is now all of a sudden going to change. Like, your emotions don't change just because you get, money. So, all of this is not going nowhere. It just makes it now easier for you to try to fund the facade, but it does not change anything. And that's why these people, have a hard time realizing, or then they realize, like, fuck, man, I have all of this, but I'm still not happy. You get what I'm saying? They don't understand that they have problems, right? And instead of admitting that they have problems and seeking therapy, they just go down this, spiral of trying to figure it out themselves. And obviously, since they don't know what to look for, they end up crashing and burning. Because seeking therapy is seen so frowned upon, right? Like, if that makes you like mental or weak or something, when it doesn't, you know, it doesn't hurt to, ask for help and guidance. That doesn't make you weak. Doesn't make you lame or crazy or nothing like that. You know, and you shouldn't worry about these individuals, critiquing you or their thoughts on you, because the only one that's living the life and is gonna actually have to deal with these stressors is you. So why should those people's opinions, now take you down this fucking destructive course to satisfy them? Who are they? They don't care. So why please them? Bro, you do what's better for you. You get me? Santa Fe Clan. Well, see, people could like 6ix9ine or whoever that they want, right? Like, if they're individuals that have no street ties, right? Why should they care about 6ix9ine's background or record? Like, if they have no gang ties, why should they care if he snitched or not? They're civilians. Why should they follow gang rules? They should go get jumped into a gang if they're gonna live like that. Then people, regular day civilians and people that are not gang affiliated, they shouldn't worry about people being snitches or nothing like that, because that's what civilians are supposed to do: call law enforcement, work with the PD. That's there's still a criminal code. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Are they criminals though, or are people assuming that they're criminals? Because I don't know the background of them. That's why I'm asking. 6ix9ine was the biggest Chicano rapper ever. It's unfortunately he folded. Yeah. Was he the biggest Chicano rapper though? I still will say maybe it's, Be Real or like Big Pun, somebody like that. But I don't know. It could be 6ix9ine maybe. I don't know. Or SPM, even though he's a fucking weirdo. Or Kid Frost. Maybe in modern day now times, right? Yeah. If you went to Mars and met an alien and they asked you what Earth is like, what would you say? Ah, fucked up. I'll be like, fuck your barrio, homie. This is Earth. I'll start gangbanging on them in spaceships. Nah, I'm just fucking around though. Now I'll say that it's a cool place. It has its problems, but I mean, there's problems exist anywhere, right? That's a part of life. You can never be ashamed of your mistakes that you make in life. Mistakes is something that you should never be ashamed about, or being wrong is something you shouldn't be ashamed about, because you learn from that. You know, you learn from being wrong. You learn from your mistakes, and learning makes you a better person. Now you know what to do to not commit those same mistakes and errors. So it betters you as a person. So it's not something you should be ashamed. You should only be ashamed if you're not learning from your mistakes. But if you learn from them, it's something you shouldn't be ashamed about, because it made you the person you are today, a better person. And we all make mistakes. To think that individuals out there don't make mistakes or are never wrong is fucking stupid and dumb in general. Like, truly, do you think that people are believing that? Like, we all commit errors. It's not something that people should make fun of people for, or, you know, degrade them for it. Why? You acting like if you never made no mistakes. You know? But it's when people try to act like they don't, or act like they're always right, or that they're perfect, it's where the problems come in. Because obviously, you know, people are full of shit if they come at you like that. Which, you know, there is individuals like that, right? Those who are narcissistic or sociopathic or psychopathic or Machiavellianism or any of those. He was Puerto Rican? Was he? He only claimed Mexican when he was done for. But snitching in Mexico culture is common. Snitching in general is common around the world with regular day folks, with regular people. Like, that's what civilians are supposed to do. Is not snitching. When somebody calls the cops, if they're not gang affiliated, if they're not in the criminal world and they call the cops, they are not snitches. That's what civilians. Snitches are the ones who are, you know, gangsters and criminals who agree. They agree to do something illegal with these individuals. Like, we agree to commit a crime, and we get caught, and now I tell on you. That's what a snitch is, because he agreed to do this, and now that he got caught, he's wanting to now, you know, flip. When it's like, bro, nobody forced you. You agreed to do this, so now why are you telling? Own up to your decision. Own up to your action. Because nobody forced you. You yourself chose to, you know, be a part of this. So why are you now trying to blame others? That is what a snitch is. Those are snitches. So if people who don't agree to commit no crime or are part of no criminal organization or no group, why should they be called snitches for? Just because they call law enforcement? That's what they're supposed to do. They didn't agree to this life or following no code. They are regular day folks. Snitching is only if you're a part of it and you decide to be a part of this, and now you fold. That is what a snitch is. But people nowadays, I guess, they use the term so loosely. You know, they have a misunderstanding of what a snitch is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over.